Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome to 60 Plus at 6 p.m. podcast. And I'm your host, Nini Mwa 60 Plus. Let's get right into it. The House has passed. The House of Representatives passed the laws, make the laws, etc. The Republicans control the House. The Republicans have passed the law, have passed legislation allowing this administration to deport American citizens. Think about that. So we're not safe in our own land from our own government. Is that what they're saying? So we have no due process for American citizens either. So it has surpassed immigration because they made so many mistakes with deportation by mistakenly deporting American citizens. They, as opposed to admit to their mistake and saying, bring them back, they passed a law to make it legal. And all this come from, they deported a cancer patient, and it was a young girl. It was a kid, but the kid was born on American soil, and the mother was an immigrant. Okay, so they deported the mother and the children, right? And so happened the child was getting treatment for cancer. So it's a big hoop to do about it, which was wrong, whether she was getting treatment or not, to deport an American citizen to a land she never seen or probably heard of, because she's a really young kid, right? So opposed to saying, hey, we made a mistake, they passed a law to protect this administration and allow them to deport American citizens. What say about that, all you Republican women voters? Yeah, even you in danger. You know what gets me is that the Republican women, especially because I like to relate to women issues, they like to pretend as though these new executive orders and whatever's going on with this new administration that affect everyday life of American citizens don't bother them. It's not coming near them, right? Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Just like the Save Act, where they're talking about all the women have to jump all these hoops to vote. But they trying to smooth it out like it's okay. But we as American citizen women are being treated as though we're foreigners. Now we're here illegal. We got to show extra amount of documentation to vote if we're married. Wow. So what do we have left? They're stripping us from everything. Now, this SAVE Act passed in the Senate. I said it's going to be COVID coming, circling the block. A lot of people are not going to be able to live because they're going to take away their health care, and they're not going to have access to medication. But I say we do like the old days. We go back to the old days and start these clinics. Yeah. So we're gonna have to get some real good-hearted doctors to start these clinics, because back in the 60s, when black people wasn't granted access to good health care, okay, they had clinics all around and doctors volunteering and stuff that would come around in the neighborhood and see about the black community. And the black community itself came up with resources. Because I was born with asthma. And I remember my mom used to walk me up to the hospital. It was one building, St. Mary's. It was one building, and the nuns ran it. And the doctors from Palm Beach used to come and volunteer. But the nuns ran the hospital. And they would give me one shot, a steroid shot, would last me for months. I was young then. And so the community came together to make it work. So we're going to have to figure out something if that SAVE Act passed, which it seems as though it's going to pass because it's a house full of Republicans. Look how not one Republican, do your research, raised their hand to go against this administration or vote no for allowing this administration to deport American citizens. I've never heard anything like this. I'm talking about it's getting worse by the minute. And at first, all these here, oh, we're going to vote. Trump, you're going to vote. They voted this administration in thinking that their policies, especially immigration, I'll get rid of them. They got to do this, take them back over there, do this. They taking our jobs, this and that. They thought that the immigration policies were only going to affect immigrants. And now it's affecting American citizens. It is. They actually passed it. Look it up. It's circulating on social media. Even clips from the hearing. Every single Republican voted to allow Trump to deport American citizens. So let's see what happened from here. You know, it's a lot of talk about, you know, what's going to happen with this. Is it going to be a redo or what have you? But let's see from here what happens. But I pray that you all be safe, and I'll be back later. I know I always say I'm coming back, and I haven't been coming back, but it's just so much, right? It's so much to digest. Wow. Every morning and let me tell you something about this administration. They like for you to wake up from that stroke of the pen. They like to do stuff in the middle of the night and the next morning early it's circulating. So you got to be really on your toes to see what they got going on, because it is not cute. Okay? So shout out to all you Republican voters, especially the women. Yeah. You know you could be deported even though you're an American citizen. Let that sink in next time you go to the voting poll. Okay? But we're going to talk about this some more, because it's a lot to talk about. Even to Christmas and the toys. Wow. You guys have a great Thursday, and I'll see you soon. I am out running errands, but I thought about you guys. This has been weighing on me about they can actually deport American citizens. Think about it, everybody. You guys have a great Thursday. It's almost the weekend. This is 60 Plus at 6 p.m. And I'm your host, Nene. You guys go to YouTube. Follow me on YouTube. They keep taking my videos down on TikTok. Take care.